What's going on YouTube? I got another tutorial here for Photoshop from ConcistencyHD. This is going to be a wire tutorial. If you don't know what that is, on my YouTube channel I got those wires going down the sides. That's what I'm talking about. And basically all I've done here is open up a new thing. I just made the screens. You can make the screens or the canvas itself the size whatever you want. I just made it my desktop background size. And all I did is brought in a text layer from Cinema 4D that I saved, because I want to show you guys how, like, what you're making. Just make the wires around something, not just a random wire. So let's get started. Once you got the layer, whatever you want to make if you just want to make the wires going around nothing, and just to give it a try, just forget the text layer and create a new layer right there. And what you want to do is you want to go to your brush and change the size to whatever size you want the wire to be, the thickness. Uh, Right now I got on 30. The size, I think I'm going to drop it down to about 23, somewhere around there. And that looks good, because that size of the brush circle there is the actual size in which the wire is going to be. And then what you want to go is you want to go down to the pen tool. Once you got that how you want it, make sure the hardness is at 100%. You're going to go down to the pen tool, and up here in the upper left, make sure the little this box right here is checked for paths, and then make sure the pen tool is selected right here. And now what you want to do is you're going to start the path in which you want the wire, the shape itself to look like. So basically what I'm going to do here is just make a wire go from here, behind the text here, and just kind of fade off and then continue over here. If you want, you can add more effects to the wires, but this is a tutorial for the wires and just the wires. So I'm just going to start out here with my first one and click right here and just hold and drag it to about the shape I want it to go. And that looks about good. It looks about right there. And then I'm going to select the next point. I'm going to go up a bit and then come up in a shape like that. And this part I'm not really worried about because I'm going to fade it off. And so the only part I'm worried about is this part right here. And that way I got the shape of that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click on the path itself and hit stroke path, and then make sure this is on brush, and make sure you hit stimulate pressure and hit OK. And now right there you can see the color itself. It's white right now, but hang on, I think I can do that and change the color. And that way you don't see the white, because obviously it blends in with the background. So once you got that, we're gonna hit delete 2 times, and that gets rid of the path itself. And now we're gonna work with, I'm gonna drag this below my text layer, and then we're gonna work with the actual blending options itself. So double click on that and open up blending options like I just did. And what you want to stay away from, or what you don't want to do, is hit stroke, because you can see when I zoom in right there, or I can't right now, but it's pretty jaggedy, if you want to call it, whatever you want to say about that, but it's pretty bad. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with the gradient overlay, and I got on linear. You can choose any of them. I think reflected ends up working the best. And then I'm going to make them, I think I'm going to make it go from a blue, such as this blue right here, and I'm going to choose the second gradient, the color as a darker blue maybe. Whatever looks right, it's all personal preference there. I'm just looking over there, and I'm going to go with that. Looks pretty nice. And now what you want to do is, you can mess around with all these, but I'm going to do a bevel and emboss and drag the angle to 0 like so. And then I'm going to do, actually in the gradient, I'll show you what I'm doing. I'm going to add a pattern here. I got some patterns right here, but you can download some online if you want some patterns for Photoshop and Little Min, just by going into the pattern section and loading them in. But what by this, and then you go load brushes if you didn't know how to do that. Right there, load patterns, sorry I said brushes. And then you can choose whatever one you want. I'm going to see which one looks best here. I'm going to try this one right here. And now if you go to gradient, now you see I don't see the pattern right now, and drop the opacity down some, and there's the pattern itself right there, which actually looks not bad. And now what we're going to do is you can add an outer glow that doesn't really show too much. When you do the drop shadow, you can sometimes, I mean, it's all, you can just mess around with these and see what you get. Don't really like that a whole lot. The inner shadows are right there, but just stay away from the stroke. That just doesn't look good. And then it's not looking bad right there. That's a general wire right there. And then if you want to fade in with the text, I'll just create a layer mask by hitting this little button down here and going to the eraser or rubber tool and rub away some of this, increase it, and just fade it away like so. Or you could just do a gradient, but all I'm doing is fading like that. And that's pretty much how you create a wire, not too hard. I mean, after you get the path down, then you stroke it, it's all pretty much however you want it to look there. Just don't do stroke, that just doesn't look good. And then, I'm going to want to say that's about all for the wires, but if you have any questions, please ask. And that's how I did mine on my YouTube background anyways, so if anyone ever asks, this is a tutorial for that. But like I said, this is only my second video, so I hope to bring out more useful ones as people suggest more videos and make more tutorials. But I hope this one helped you guys and can add to some of your designs, whatever you're doing with this, whatever. But yep, please subscribe. Thanks.